Hey, it's the Koopa, it's the Mark. We're starting off with a new character. It's Baby, and my wonderful cuckoo got me a gift, which I will put on. This is Boney, and I will explain that now before I change my entire look here. First couple seconds, and then change it back. So you have Boney here, with his signature red hat, but she gave us hat, so good. See how that looks. It's very cute. So yes, we're still in the ice tower, and we're still in the forbidden ice zone on this playthrough. Hope everybody's having a good whatever day I upload this on. Remember to drop a sub, drop a like. If you enjoy the Earthbound cosplays, the shorts, the music, the vibes, whatever we got here, if it attaches to you, subscribe, and then at 50 subscribers, we will have a little party. I always love partying, so a little shindig, at 50 on the streams, because I do like to stream. I haven't been on Twitch though, because my internet sucks, but we'll see if this YouTube streaming stuff works well for me or not. We have, I think we're still going with Flint today, and I have a Hanawa, so it's like mom and dad and dog. It's gonna be a cute little thing we're doing in the tower here. I believe this is also one of the few times I used the priest in this quest here. So you can see my priest is actually not that high of level, right? So, not that you really need a high level priest in the first place, but so we should have like a pretty basic balanced team here. We got Ranger, Priest. I got this new pet here, Pop It, because he does a very cool dance move that I like. So we're doing that one. There is also, it's July now, so the monster thing happened, came and went, and I was grinding up quite a few different monsties for the arena, and we will do that. We will record that eventually. Did a bit of it last year. I believe like right before Halloween, but yeah, they had some good weapon cosmetics, so I had to participate just a little bit. Don't know if I will record any of that, but we'll see eventually. So over here in the Ice Realm, we do talk about forbidden things, the things that the internet does not want to talk about, the things that we freeze over, the iceberg and how deep it goes. So today we're going to be talking about a little bit of social media anxiety and how it kind of like fucks us up with the algorithm, you know what I'm saying? It's sort of like, it rapes your consciousness, fucks your attention span, all that good shit. We're going to get into that. I'm going to compare it to a little bit of the Mango situation. I know we were talking about pirate software and all that good stuff, and it's okay to discuss these things. It's a thinking channel, and I will openly admit my biases. But there are no right opinions. There's no right and wrong people. There are no good and bad people. It's all a series of gray areas. Yeah, this is some Disney movie, motherfucker. Which is why the scary thing about these algorithmic systems is they really kind of paint it that way, and they paint us all in that way and have us sort of act out our Disney villain or Disney hero roles, and it's just not healthy for people to actually think like this. It's going to lead to a lot of complexes, syndromes, and of course suicide, the wonderful thing that we all love to not talk about here in the ice realm, the internet realm, over all of these social media apps. I'd say, yeah, what we were doing, we were comparing, the realms to apps. I'd say the most prevalent app, probably going to be, I don't know, I guess the hub for Fire Realm, but I'd say Ice Realm's probably YouTube. Probably YouTube. There's some crazy stuff on here, of people just literally yapping, and they have like the bevy of information at their disposal. Maybe one view. Maybe their channel starts with an M. And it ends with a C. Okay, I'm chilling. But the thing is, Iceberg, Ice Realm, the forbidden shit, it's just kind of trying to make you numb to it. It's just kind of being like, this crazy stuff is there, but you don't need to worry about it. Might as well even look at it because it's there, you know what I mean? Learn about it. And then it wants you to disconnect from it, not really act like it's a part of reality. But the thing is, internet is a sort of reality. It's a connected reality, but it's not going to change your actual physical community in a certain way. To a certain extent, there's not a lot that you can do online to actively change your environment. You got to get out there and work the soil, if you will. And the thing is, a lot of people treat these as connected worlds, like they are the exact same place, they're just talking to the exact same people. So this is probably going to scare you to draw this little conclusion here, but you have to realize this to understand where I'm coming from in this two separate internet worlds thing. Also, in the game, what we're doing here, you just collect the lights, you put them in the things. There's also going to be some illusion fuckery going on here in the Forbidden Realm, because once again, in this ice realm, it's all about the illusion. It's all about becoming numb to not knowing about things or acting like they're not there, right? So essentially, what I'm getting to back to on the podcast stuff. This analogy I'm gonna set might scare you, but you have to sort of face the facts. You have to see the staircase to rise above this shit. So any text that you read at all, we'll say whatever the text is. You're not personifying who wrote that text in your thoughts, like as they wrote them or as they meant for them even to be interpreted when they wrote them. What you are doing is just reading it in your own sort of inner head, and you may I know this person, so I'm gonna read it in his voice, but that even still, there are layers upon layers of assumptions and expectations depending on what they're doing in the moment that you literally have to do when you're reading text. Like given this, any text, go to the description, literally the description that I write for every video. Go down there, read it, and I guarantee you will not read it in the same way I wrote it. I guarantee you. Because it's so different how our brains process and store information. And that's not because, one brain is dumber than the other brain. It's just we all have our own shortcuts, our own methods. Everybody plays an RPG differently. I mean, if there are different ways to play it, unless you're playing some Nintendo games, some recent Nintendo games, there's only one way to do that, motherfucker. But the thing is, with life, we have to realize there really is no individualism in the internet. It's all kind of already there in your shortcut systems, your shortcut manipulation, mind tricks that you have to sort of keep you alive in general. Let's not get past this. We actually intake about 24 gigabytes of knowledge a day. That's like a huge ass textbook essentially. And some people are peaking at like double, triple of that. Some people are getting a terabyte a day. And it's insane that this has become the norm now. That we're just going all big brain stuff, and you obviously have to throw stuff to the wayside. So when I say these shortcuts are necessary, these shortcuts are indeed necessary. We don't have time to sit there for fucking 80 years and analyze a text. But guess who does that? This guy. So you have to disconnect. You have to shed some of these fucking layers of our stupid personalities to live in this I guess technological age or whatever the fuck you want to call it, man. It's sort of like not a lonely generation, but a purely idealized generation. And I feel like the hope that we really had a lot when I was getting out there is definitely gone. Not really for the the lighter complexions of us. And I don't mean to say that in a pessimistic, like, raising a fist kind of way, but just in an economically viable way. And it's kind of disturbing how the whole vibe shift has become like a black and white man and woman kind of thing, when it's really like a less and more kind of thing. Like, we really have to get granular with this shit. All the poor people, it's a crab in a bucket thing. All the poor people are keeping everybody else down. All the rich people are just keeping everybody else up. And the disparity is getting crazier and crazier now that I've actually been thinking about this, a little story, and I'm crazy that this sci-fi story hasn't happened, and I feel like some hacker is actually going to do this. So I was thinking about a story where some guy hacked the bank accounts of all it's very it's very funny and very superfluous, but he hacks all the bank accounts and he's like, I'm gonna set everybody's wealth to equal, so everybody has the same amount of money. Well, we'll fix the wealth inequality. And then essentially what happens in the movie is that like one guy comes up and then like everybody else basically stays the same, and they go back to their general wealth income levels, because everybody's selling houses, there's just break-ins, there's explosions, there's there's one people doing robs, that the cops are acting crazy, shit's going off. There's just a bunch of misfortunate events, but he's just he's calm, moves collected, just keeps doing what he's doing, just keeps moving, sending out information and speaking the truth. See, the thing is, if you don't already love what you're doing and expect it to come back for you somehow, I don't know. It's probably gonna crash out and burn out. I always try to remember what one wise guy told me is, you just never want to get good at what you hate. And I am not a fan of customer service. I'm very good at that. Very, very good at that. Just bending over and appeasing for basically anything anyone wants, just breaking my neck to slurp some glorp. And honestly, I've done it so much that I kind of like Stockholm syndrome towards it. Like, maybe I do like doing that. And then every time I get fired, every time I quit, every time I move on from it, I'm like, oh my God, thank God. And then I feel bad that I don't want to talk to anyone or anybody for like weeks and weeks on end. And I'm like, why do I feel bad for that? That's just the kind of person I am. That's just how I refund the energy. That's so I have time to do this. So I have time to create, to vibe, to exercise. And I'm trying to eat healthier and feed my spirit in that way. But it's baby steps. What you really have to do is just do what you love first. A lot of this adulting bullshit that millennials are so bad at is because, in regular real life, there's not all this crazy bullshit that is not taught to you in public schools. You know what I'm saying? And you're supposed to just keep doing what you're doing in childhood, but we didn't have all these crazy things in any other generation. And it's just, I feel like the vibe shift really kind of, I guess it didn't really catch a lot of people off guard, but it caught me off guard. Because, I really assumed we were going in a different direction. Slightly, and then slowly but surely I was like, you know what? It don't matter what y'all say. After like that 2012, 2014 shit. It doesn't matter what you say. I have to trust my own intuition. I really do, because I always like to think, I always love to consider that everyone has as much intellect, as much forethought, as much open-mindedness as me. And so, I do take a lot of credibility to people's assumptions and things. I'm like, maybe they do know more than me. It's not always the case. I'm not here to downplay other people. I'm saying to you, random listener, listen to yourself. I don't care if you're wrong. The fact that you listen to yourself and made a disciplined choice is good, but to also be open-minded, please, for the love of God, be open-minded. We can all be wrong. And if you can't accept that you're wrong, then you'll never get the truth. Maybe you don't want the truth. If you're someone who doesn't want the truth, please don't act like it. Don't act like it. Just be an asshole, be a Ludwig, and just slurp someone's glorp. Nobody's acting like that guy actually wants the truth. He doesn't. He doesn't. He just wants a squeaky clean association with everything. So, whatever you want, whatever you're going towards, I say go towards it. Nobody's gonna stop you. The problem is with so many people like me, is that we just have so many options. And in reality, I just don't care. I was thinking about that this morning. I'm like, I have no agency over my life. And I cut all my dreads off, and I was like, why did I do that? I'm like, I just really don't care. The whole reason I got them is so that I don't have to do anything with my hair. And then my mom was like, well, we're gonna do it. I'm like, I'm kind of broke. And she's like, I'll pay for it. I'm like, okay. Literally just like, what, like 3 hours of my time? I don't care. It's something on my head. I don't even look at it. It's for other people. And because of this crazy, nonchalant, like just non-caring, it really drives me to be like, yeah, I'm good. Let me put myself on a time limit, If your shit ain't good at this point, just cut it off. Cut it off. Because it's crazy. It's crazy how much we'll work ourselves to death trying to be the best we can be, But just set some goals and just vibe. And if you really don't like it, it's okay to set some new goals. People, so much hubris. And like I said before, there's no respect for the evolution. There is no respect for the evolution. You know what I'm saying? I guarantee you there are many times that Mango was like, man, maybe I don't want to drink all the time. Maybe I don't want to do this drinking thing. Whatever. This was an annual event that Mango was invited to for the third time. That he was a champion of 2 other times and won this time as well. All the dudes in the room treating him like a champion when they all hated him. They all were not his friend. They all wanted nothing to do with him, especially the guy who ran it. And that's why I lived a lot of my life, just giving people kindness, and, slowly, drinking. Yeah, DeMarcus, get more of this love. Let me compliment you, even though I hate your guts. And then I gave it right back to them. I'm like, yeah, you're so kind too. What a great guy. And we're just high-fiving. Meanwhile, the devil's on each of our shoulders. No, man, nobody really respects that. And of course it'll get you places, but why do you want to go there? Why do you want to go there where you get like tons of money and nobody likes anything you do? And this is the forbidden realm of life in the internet. It's why I don't want to collab with people on this internet. It's why I have many people that I watch, many people that I love, many people that I learn from on the internet that I never want to meet in real life. Because when I meet them in real life, it's going to be entirely different. Yes, it's not even just the text, guys. It's videos, it's audio recording. Everything is completely different in real life. This is all fake. 110% of it. I don't care if it feels like, oh my gosh, it feels so authentic. It feels like Miss VTuber really cares about me on Men's Day. Man, I wish they did. I wish they could reach through the screen and touch you and give you a hug, because that's what you need, man. No one in life is doing that for you, which is why we go to the internet for this. But, my friend, the Forbidden Realm, just letting you know, this AI shit, it can't touch you, but when it can, we're all fucked. We're all fucked, because I'll probably be first in line, man. I'll probably be first in line. There is truly no mutual benefits that I can find from, the physical nature of a relationship, because I am a romantic. As much as I like to be like, oh yeah, I'm stoic, I'm whatever. No. If I spend enough time with you, I'm falling hard. I'm not gonna stop thinking about you, and I'm gonna imagine platitudes and all this bullshit. Yeah, and because I'm a time guy, and that's why games like this really do captivate me, because it feels like I can build a whole relationship with these puzzles, with these environments, and especially with the story and the characters. And I fucking love the graphics of this game. I mean, look Boney here. He's the cutest thing ever. And so, because of these perceived real relationships, it can feel like this is like a reasonable replacement for the real world. It's not. You need the real world, because the real world is entirely different. And people realize this sometimes when they meet their idols, like people who are like, oh shit, I met this person and it was so not like them to be like this. Sometimes it is, because sometimes people are very different. I would say sometimes people are really the same too. Like I said, guys, it's black and white, and you have to really think about this. But on a granular level, we are all horrible people nowadays. So how many of these horrible people you think are on the internet just touting as amazing content creators? How many of those, huh? I mean, how many great people have you met as your coworkers, as your friends, as your allies in life? Now, I'm not saying that, it's a one-to-one comparison. We all know shitty people, so everybody on the internet is shitty, Of course, it's never black and white like that, which is why I'm kind of hovering the fence. And a lot of people would say, oh, shitty hovers the fence. I'm so tired of this motherfucker. Yeah, I know. I'm tired of myself. That's why I can't hang around people. It's a human nature thing, and once you see a lot of it, and you start not to tolerate a lot of it, and then you get to the level where you're like, I don't even want to correct you, because you're just a beautiful, incorrect human. I just can't be around you unless I'm given the agency to command you. Because Jesus Christ, people need guidance. Like a lot of it. And then I seem like the pedantic, pessimistic bastard when I try to give a little bit of it. So I don't. I just let things play out. So people do what they do. Because who am I? I don't know shit. I don't do these puzzles completely perfectly. This is not a speed run. I'm wandering through this shit myself. But I see a lot of shit. And the thing is, the positive energy that you need to stay up in an area of huge alcoholic deficit like that. You know, it just goes to show that oftentimes when we have these crazy house parties and shit like that, oh my goodness, and I used to love house parties. I used to have so much fun at house parties, man. I can't do it now. Can't do it nowadays because of exact situations like this mango thing, because of exact situations like what has recently happened to me. It's July now. Good old July. I like July because of the last part of the month. It is a month where we get to rest. We get to enjoy the midsummer, the night, and the dream. And so, released from my recent employment last month, and I just reached out, couple people, let them know I appreciate them, and of course it's July now, I haven't heard anything, but the thing is, I am proud and so glad that I have trained people, sort of, in a certain way, to hold steadfast. You know what I'm saying? And not need to, to validate, to antiquate, like I do. Because the thing is, I didn't send out this, gratitude or encouragement to get things back. I sent it out for me as a release. And that freedom that you get, you know what I'm saying? That freedom that you get. And I realize a lot of times, when I do things like this, I'm like, oh man, what did they say? Are they gonna come? Are they texting back? I actually am so glad that I just didn't give into that, or that they didn't give into that, you know what I'm saying? And that I held on. And it really affected people in that way. It really affected people in that way because the thing is, this need for, I don't know, like a validation or like an I accept you after something bad happens, or everything is okay. You don't need that. You need to set things with yourself and move forward. You know what I'm saying? You don't need people to validate your steps forward. You need to allow yourself to validate your own steps forward. You know what I'm saying? You need to release that. You need to release that. So I'm glad, I'm glad that I'm just allowed to move away. To truly step back. A lot of people aren't given that grace. Aren't given that respect. So you have to take it that way. I realized I lot of things in life. A lot of occurrences that happen in life are all just how we take it, how you take it. So someone could take their finger and stick it in your butt, and you'd be like, oh shit. If you take it the right way, you'd be like, oh shit. But it's just like compliments, like insults. A lot of insults that people throw at me usually turn into compliments because of the way I react. And it's just, in a way, the nature of buffs and debuffs in life, Because with a different build, different things occur. You put on a different badge with a debuff buff activator, a debuff heals. You know what I'm saying? Different implications occur. Once you realize that we're just traveling through, I don't know, I guess the social media landscape nowadays, the internet or whatever, but as a ball of knowledge, you just kind of travel through childhood, just collecting shit, just picking up shit, and some shit you repel, some shit you pick up. And then you usually get the 20s, 30s area, you can kind of take shit off, and then realize, okay, I actually want to take this, and then I actually want to take this, and I actually want to take this. And they kind of just gloss over that fact of personalities in school and just tell you, just be obedient to everyone. Just follow rule. Stay in a line. No. Some of this shit I actually don't want to hold on to. Some of this rebellious nature I don't want to hold on to. Some of it I do. You just gotta decide. You gotta make that conscious decision to shape your life and your future. Because we do have a choice to do that. I know, as strange as it might seem, we do have a choice to consciously shape what we're doing. Oh man, but yeah, it sucks. It sucks that you realize, yeah, you didn't have any friends there. Just like Mango, you know, have any friends there? That's okay. It's okay. I don't think he wanted friends there. You know, with friends like Ludwig, who needs enemies? So, always remember, guys, the best revenge for someone who wronged you is just live a good life. Just live a good life. Just you know, just move forward. You know, who you really having this conversation with? You know, who are we really trying to talk to? You know, just live a good life. Just live a good life. Truly enjoy what you're doing while you're doing it. Be in the moment more with things, because the forbidden realm, this ice realm, once you blind yourself and truly just be chasing some specter or deity in the future, or running away from some specter or deity in the past. It's not what this shit is about. It's not what this shit is about. And a lot of this internet realm shit, I'm just gonna end off with the whole, oh, touch grass, I know, it's gonna suck. It's gonna suck. But I swear the analogies are gonna get more and more interesting as we go on through the realms. We're not just gonna talk about, I don't know, boring drama on Twitter. But I don't know, that's what the internet is nowadays. This was earlier in July when this happened, the Mango situation, and of course things only get worse. You know, eventually he gets to get banned, and then get banned on multiple things, and it's crazy because like C9, he's like one of the founding members of C9. I remember back in the day, and they're all fucking weirdos like him. They are all just like this fucking weirdo. So like I don't know why you're like, are you all gonna stop drinking and being fucking weirdo losers? I don't think so. I don't think so. But whatever the case, whatever the fuck happens, I really think a lot of the Nintendo gaming scene is dying. I don't think there's a lot more like kosher, nice, happy Nintendo gamers that aren't all the way in Nintendo's pockets and can't say anything bad about Nintendo games ever. Like real uncorporate Nintendo shills that, you know, love the games and play them. Yeah, I don't see it happening a lot more. It's very sad. Is it though? I don't think I don't think getting a hand in Nintendo's pot is wise. They seem to not like art and like money more. And this is a general thing with people who make art, whether it be games, videos, music, whatever. Just find the people who actually like making the art. I'm just being real with you. You know, if you see an ad in a video, really think about why it's there. You know, is it there so they can make more cool videos, or is it there so he's just kind of like trying to line his pockets to pay rent, and this is just kind of a random, you know, like just think about these fucking ads and shit. I don't know. I always like, you know, the disingenuous ads are probably gonna be, most likely, on the very opinionated videos, you know what I'm saying? Yeah, like if it's the ad, then, you know. I do appreciate the ground news ads where they're just like, here's a completely transparent news source. So like, sure. Like I could just compile the news sources that I, you know, already have myself, but I guess we have to have AI do everything for us because there's no time in the fucking day. I always love to mention that I record these in the morning. It is 5:25 a.m. and I've already worked out. So, yeah. Also, I pre-record these way in advance. It's July, but I'm probably not gonna upload this for like a week. So, shit is crazy sometimes. But guys, I'm not bragging. I'm just letting you know shit is possible. Shit is very possible nowadays. Crazily enough. And it's not just because, you know, I'm unemployed that I've been able to make this crazy output. I was doing it when I was employed, but maybe that's why I got fired. You know, maybe I was just too off. we're not gonna get into this. We're not gonna get into this. You know, we're not gonna go into the true forbidden realms of bringing your real life into your internet. But the fact of the matter is that a lot of people don't want to talk about the rampant male abuse that truly happens all over the internet spaces. You know, it's not just these tournaments and these crazy streamer drinking parties. But, you know, nobody's really friends on the internet. It used to be this wonderful place where we could actually meet people and find love, but it's not that place anymore, and people aren't like blinding themselves to think so. They're actively telling you to get the fuck out of there. Get the fuck out of the Discord. If you see a minor, get the fuck out of the Discord. No, it's crazy. It's crazy. And the fact of the matter is, a lot of people just get caught up thinking it's still that space because they haven't gotten the vibe shift, because they're still trapped in like 2017. Because it was very different. It was very, very different back in the 2010s. I will tell you that. It at least felt different. Like it was shifting towards this the entire time. I swear to you, with the DEI and all this, but it was shit. It was going in this exact direction, especially with the wealth. It's not like black people were getting richer because of DEI. And as a matter of fact, DEI made a lot of marginalized groups a lot less money. I'm not even joking with you. But we'll get into that a lot later. This is all forbidden ice realm shit. So just think. I'm not really spitting facts. I'm just trying to make you think a little bit more. Truthfully and honestly, these are just topics that we have to consider a lot. Because I mean, well, considering the problems we're facing today, mostly a lot with separation of ideals and a lot of just mass miscommunication, you know, miscategorization of the facts and the actual truths of the matter, and just general lack of care for, you know, even the facts or the truths of the matter. You know, it's kind of crazy. Like do people really value that? No. It's becoming into the cultural complex that if you're rich enough, if you have enough influence, you know, who really cares about that? It's like Diddy trying, man. We know Diddy did it. Did he do it? Diddy did! And yet he's getting acquitted. 3 out of 5, bro, that's like 60%. That's like 60%, bro. He's doing better than he has to. What the fuck? Yeah, that's actually crazy. I think, what do you get for like sex? Not the sex trafficking, but like some not drug racketeering. I don't know what he got. I don't know what they got him on, but I think his maximum was 20 years. And the thing is, guys, it just gets blown over because the wealth disparity is crazy. Diddy's lawyers were getting paid buco bucks, and Diddy's defense, or whoever's defense, I don't know, man. I honestly don't know the details of the trial, so let me not talk about this too much. I watched like a couple of videos on it. I maybe read like one article on it, but yeah, the defense lawyers against Diddy were not paid very well at all, and not given a lot of like information beforehand or at all. They're probably getting as much as us, essentially. Like 5 hours before the trial, essentially. But I don't know the full story. Please do your research. All I'm saying is, the forbidden shit of the internet is, they don't really care about your morality. Like if they did, bro, I would be locked up with the FBI fucking years ago. They know where they are. I got fucking, we all got the emails and the letters from the torrents, right? We all did the LimeWire, FrostWire thing, right? So we got the emails. They know where I am. They got my IP. They know what the fuck my search history look like. It don't matter if you're incognito or not. It don't matter, bro. It don't fucking matter. They got your ass. So if they really cared about this evil shit, they would get your ass. But it's all money based. Once you have enough money, and if you start talking shit with a lot of money, guess what they're gonna do to you? He's like, you been talking shit? And you got a lot of money? Oh, Siri, chop his balls off. World's crazy right now. World is it's a little weird. But Ain't no real way to combat that. You just kind of gotta run that shit back. Run that shit back. And take that leap of faith and see where it goes. I really feel like if you lead with truth, you lead with honesty, and you truly just love what you do. A lot of these gamers and these developers and shit, like, they just didn't love it. They just weren't in it for the actual love of the game. They all just acted like they did. They played their corporate hats. They spun their corporate game. And that's why I feel like a lot of people are getting fired, because on the internet it doesn't matter. It's all digital. Especially they did this whole fucking mass hiring wave after 2020 because the gaming boom, right? And COVID was happening, so now we're all working from home. And then motherfucking bunches of tech bros, corporate bigwigs, getting shitloads of jobs and just sitting at home, working off, doing nothing. Bro, I swear to God, this world is ugly like that. People just don't care anymore, and you don't have to. You do not have to. You know, as much as I would love to say I got super invested in my coworkers' lives and I'm so mad that all my friends are gone, I did not. And I didn't have to. And nobody cared that I didn't. Maybe that part is wrong. But will I ever know? Probably not. Probably not. But I like to keep an open mind with that. I do. Because often this coming forward with kindness thing is just never really a joke or a false nicety. I truly do come forward with kindness. I think people, first 7 seconds they want to, know more about you, become your friend. They would often come with that as well. But just like when it's met with some sort of disdain, like, I'm not here to train you. I'm not here to be your mama or your papa. If you generally have a shit personality, I'm just gonna disconnect. I am, man. And maybe I am the person with the shit personality, but I've noticed that when you keep that bad energy around you long enough, it eventually becomes you. You know what I'm saying? If you see something in someone else, it's like, ooh, that was kind of ugly. I don't like that. Stop associating yourself with them. You don't even need to tell them, or give them like some sort of faux inauguration or anything. Like, yeah, you don't need to do that. It's not your job. I've never been confrontational like that. I never want to be confrontational like that. I love teaching people, of course, but how are you going to teach someone who doesn't want to be taught? How are you going to teach someone who doesn't even believe in your credentials? And for the longest time, I didn't believe in my own credentials, so that's my problem. I didn't believe I had this knowledge. I was just thinking shit. I just be pondering shit. But yeah, the lies of omission are so often told through the internet. And once I feel like millennials adapted this into real life, it was all over. It was all over. That's where the iceberg started, man. It's not really lying. I'm just not telling them. And then the government was like, oh shit, we can do that? We can just not tell them and it's not a lie? And then all the coworkers said, oh, we can just not tell them? It's not a lie? And then all the managers said, oh, we can just not tell them? It's not a lie? And then all the middle managers said, oh, we just not tell them? It's not a lie? And then it all just collapses. It all just fucking collapses because at the base of humans, we're not good people in the inside. I mean, of course, we try to be, but we're all like yin and yang, and that evil's gonna take over when it's easier to eat the evil to take over. And it's so easy for evil to take over. You know how easy it is to lie in omission over internet? You don't have to like be in front of them and that's why, in interrogation rooms, they don't do that over Zoom. You have to be in the room around people. They even let you smoke as long as we're just around you all the time, waiting for you to confess and show us what you know. But you don't have to do that in real life all the time. You don't have to do that in work from home all the time. You don't have to do that in retail at all the time. Just go to the bathroom. Go where? It's free. You are free, essentially. And that's what the internet is trying to, quote unquote, teach us, this faux pas freedom. But I think freedom is with suffering and with sacrifice and with ramifications on that freedom. You have to sort of become a slave to be free. But you have to choose your slavery. Our African brothers did sell us into slavery for their own profits. And as a matter of fact, they are still using slaves in Africa. mean, you can research that a little bit. It's a weird life. But if we're not talking about all the weird genocide-y, slavey things that Africa loves to do, they were trying to save us. And they still are trying to save us, you know, and preserve the African race in whatever way they know how to do. Because to truly be free, you have to be a slave. But now we are so advanced in our ways that we have to choose our slavery. We have to choose our slavery. I get up and I slave over this damn pull-up bar because I choose it. I get up and I slave over a protein shake because I choose it. I get up and I slave over coffee because I choose it. I get up and slave over videos because I choose it. And once you just decide, man, fuck it, I'm just gonna lock into something, the confidence will come. And I'm so tired of people just looking at me to be like, what do I do to be like? And I'm like, just it's so easy, man. Everybody got the same 24. You can start at any time. You can start at any, and I guarantee you, the sooner you start, the better you'll feel about yourself. But yeah, once you get here, it's not fun. It's not fun, and it probably never will be fun. I've kind of given up on that, you know? I'm still a kid at heart, obviously, because, you know, this is how, you know, how I get the pain out, how I even, you know, like, communicate my stress in the first place is through video games. But, like, I don't really play other games in this. Like I said, I got, like, 2 games I usually rotate on. And I know what kind of games I like to play. It's just, like, RPGs. I don't really play anything else. Unless it's, like, I have a friend over and play, like, a fighting game. A racing game. But, yeah, I just play one type of game. And it's just like anybody back in the day, I feel like. They just had one sport, one activity that they just locked in on. And life will be boring. Life is meant to be boring. You know what's really meant to be boring? Relationships. They're meant to be hella boring, hella painful, hella work, hella understanding, and you still don't get it. But nobody wants to do that. They just want to hop from exciting to exciting to exciting to exciting. The thing, you gotta make this shit exciting. Both sides. And that effort is really, really hard to squeeze out of people nowadays. For average friendships, I'd say. You know, it's hard to squeeze out of me. Very hard to squeeze out of me. Because I inherently see 8,001 different wrong things in the future. But that's just me. And honestly, I'm not going to work to fix your neurosis. I have way too much myself. So if we're both going to have neurosis and I'm going to have to over positive to fix yours, no, that's fucked. That's fucked. Anyways, I think we're doing this boss next time because I'm tired and I have to take a shit. So I hope you guys enjoyed this one. Give a sub, give the love. Go back! Go back! Okay, bitch. I love you. See you later.
Somebody I love finally loves me back. Before I break out, I have a heart attack. We separated, but we made it back. He gon' stay attached till we fade to black. Highs and lows, highs and lows.